So it wouldn't be a video unless I started off talking about how rancid I looked or how my voice sounded crazy because I'm not feeling well currently. People at work have been super sick, and I went to urgent care, and they said that I have sinus issues, which I was like, cool, that's not really a diagnosis, but like I'll take it. So I've been on antibiotics for 3 days now, but still working through all of it because I'm still feeling functional. It's just at times I could be coughing stuff up or runny nose and all that stuff. Um, so I think that, yeah, my nose hasn't really run today, but it's been stuffed up and I've been coughing, and obviously I sound like this. Yeah. So I don't want to say that I feel like I'm getting better, but I possibly am. Who knows? Most importantly, I wanted to talk to you about Free Comic Book Day. So I just learned about Free Comic Book Day last year. So I'm going to dedicate this video to my friend Dave. I actually went out to his comic store at the time and helped him out on that day with him and his brother. Um, so, if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't read as many comic books as I do these days, or even have as many that I have these days. Um, but that brought me to notice that the first Saturday in May every year is Free Comic Book Day, and what that means is you can actually search online for Free Comic Book Day, and you can actually look for a store locator for stores in your area that will be participating in it. So the stores on that particular day are giving out free comic books, and there's certain comic books that are released as Free Comic Book Day comics, and there's a bunch of them, so there's a lot to choose from, and they do have them range from first readers all the way up to like the what I would probably say the mature ages. So the store that I went to, it was my first time going there. It's called Pop Comics in Anaheim, California, and I just found it because I binged it, so I could get my Microsoft rewards points. Um, but I found it, and it wasn't. It was the second comic book store close to me. But it was the one that was participating that didn't have any like event going on, like the one that I would normally go to around here. Was having a meet and greet, like somebody was coming to sign, as part of their Free Comic Book Day festivities. And I just didn't want to get caught up in that, and I knew that parking was going to be crazy over there. So I chose this other one where I thought maybe parking would be easier, which it definitely was. Um, so I went to it, and I'd gone through, and sometimes on Free Comic Book Day, on their website, you can actually view all the comic books that'll be released for that day as Free Comic Book Day comics. So I was able to look at that ahead of time, so I kind of knew in my head, because sometimes they don't order enough of a certain one, or it's just so popular, or there's so many people there, they run out. Um, so, for instance, like last year, Dave down at Downtown Comics, which is no longer there, they let you get as many of however many you wanted. Like I literally took one of each, except for I think that the one I didn't get was the Nightmare Before Christmas one. And that was last year though. So we're talking about 2019. So I get to Pop Comics, really cute store. They obviously have money because the place is gorgeous. It's in a really nice spot, which is definitely very like new and hipster feel to it. And really, I mean, really nice people. Their Free Comic Book Day comics were set up outside, and then a couple of workers that were out there letting you know that you got 5 comics. Um, and if you got one of these DC comics, they would actually let you get a 6th comic. And so I thought that was really cool. And that was, I think, I'm fine. Like, of course I wanted more, but I'm not going to fight that. I know how it works. And then I went around the store and looked around and saw some really cool stuff. Some stuff I felt like might have been a little bit overpriced. And they had what I needed as far as what I go to a comic book store every month. So I was happy. They also have, if you get signed up with them on their mailing list, and don't quote me on this, but I think this is what they were trying to tell me was, if you purchase a comic book, you get a complimentary bag and board. That at least happened to me while I was there. They also have an app that you can go through to keep track of your purchases as well as pre-order stuff if you wanted to do that too. So, so that's that. I'm now going to show you what I actually got as far as my free comic book day comics. So, and again, I was surprised. Maybe they weren't crazy busy, but I was surprised that I got some of these. So this is the Avengers plus Savage Avengers. And I bought bags and boards for them just so that I could keep them nice. So see how it says Free Comic Book Day? That's what it'll say on the Free Comic Book Day comics. So that's one I got. I also got Riverdale Season 3, because you know I love the Riverdale. And even though those aren't great comics or anything like that, I still got it. This is Animosity Tales. Now, my friend Dave actually turned me on to this, and I actually bought one of the comics and read it, or maybe he gave it to me. I don't remember, so I apologize. But I figured, why not read more of it, because it was a very unique kind of comic, and he was a fan of it. So I thought I would get that. There was no way I couldn't get the Star Wars Adventures. I got the Star Wars Adventures last year. I also got the Riverdale one last year too, but it also had a picture of, I think it was KJ Apple on the cover, so I definitely was getting that. So this was one of the DC comics that he was like, yeah, if you get this, you can get another one. And this, but this isn't a Free Comic Book Day comic. This is one of the 25-cent comics. So DC did this, and maybe they do it periodically, because, yeah, there's two. So I got this one, which is DC Nation, which is funny because it says Pop Comics and Culture Emporium, and I think that's the name of the store. But then here's another one, which is normally 25 cents too. So they were giving these out for free. These actually were 25 cents. And one of them might have been from this year, and one of them might have been from last year. I hope I don't already have one of these. Who knows? But, yeah. But then that other one says it's from Pop as well. So is that all of them? Did I show you 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or 6. Yeah, because they said I could have 5, and then I got the extra one. Yeah, so that was just something DC did. I don't know how they got their marketing on there. Good for them, though. But it was probably just leftovers, and they figured, let's get rid of them. I mean, I did a similar thing when I was helping out Dave at the Downtime Comics. We put out, you know, the Free Comic Book Day comics that we didn't get rid of on Free Comic Book Day on others' days just to get rid of them, and offered them out, as well as when I was going through his old comics in the back and finding past year's Free Comic Book Day comics, I put those out too. So the reason why I made this video is because I'm about to start reading some comics, you know, just give myself a time to relax and get some stuff done, and this is something that I definitely need to get done, because I have a bunch of comics to read, for at least the next couple hours, and then I'll eat and do something different before I go to bed. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed.